Understanding mental health issue, as Pak Joe has already mentioned before, May is acknowledged worldwide as Mental Health Awareness Month. And many countries in the world basically celebrate this and put effort in the advocacy of mental health. So understanding the terminology, I think, is the first step towards putting more effort into understanding mental health issue and individual. Entah kita itu sudah mengatur di UU nomor 18 tahun 2014. Jadi di situ tertera terminologinya, lalu hak dan kewajibannya gitu ya. Dan I remember Pak Joe asked me a while ago about what terminology we should. So in Indonesia, we would probably use ODM, struggle from mental health issue, orang dengan masalah kejiwaan, or ODGJ, orang dengan gangguan jiwa. So I want to encourage you today to start using these terms properly in a conversation and let people know that there are actually terms to describe people struggling from mental illness in Bahasa Indonesia. So what can we do? What is the first step after understanding the terminology? What is the next step towards understanding more what mental health is? And a minute. What is the first step that we can take in order for us to be able to understand more about mental health issue and to be able to take this more seriously? First of all, I think this is the most important and the most basic. The easiest way is to consider that mental health is just as important as physical health. We need to understand this in and out. I'm going to say it again. Mental health is just as important as physical health. Why do I say this? Because if we're looking at the definition of general health by the WHO or World Health Organization, we can see here that health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. So it's not just about physical health. We cannot just say that an individual is healthy because they are healthy physically, but we have to look at it as a whole. Physical, mental, and social well-being. It's not merely just an absence of virus or that there is no bacteria in our body or an illness or cancer that is spreading in our body. No, it is about the whole well-being, physical, mental, and social well-being. This is why we need to start considering that mental health is just as important as physical health. And this is not just a new definition that the WHO presented. This came from the year 1946, so it's been a while. And now I'm going to talk a little bit about mental health and musicians. To be honest, this is a tricky topic for me to talk about because if we look at Schumann earlier, I have to be very honest here. We don't really know if, let's say, back then Schumann didn't experience those mental health struggles or disorders. We don't know for sure if he could produce such masterpieces. But I'm standing here again as a healthcare provider, so I have to put a general human general health first and foremost at the utmost importance. So there are actually a lot of research that talk about the mental health state of musicians worldwide. But I'm just going to present you all with just a few of them today. And these are the most recent one. We can look at the research from 2018 by the Music Industry Research Association, in which 50% of their respondents, which are musicians, they reported battling symptoms of depression, and nearly 12% reported having suicidal thoughts. Now, if you look at the number, 12% might look like a small number, but 12% are still human. So if we can say if we have 100 people here, 100 respondents, 12% is 12 people. And those are still alive, and all lives matters. And then second one, we look at the 2019 study that is published by a Swedish distribution platform. The number increased here with 73% of the respondents, which are also independent musicians, they reported battling with stress, anxiety, and depression. And I also have to present with you here something that is pretty concerning to me as teachers, that there are studies that shows music students actually experience significantly more symptoms compared to professional musicians. So what is wrong with musicians? I would personally say there is nothing wrong with musicians, or all humans are created beautifully and uniquely. But I think what we have to pay attention towards even more about musicians are the environment in which they're living in, the situation, their work pressure, and also their living habit. So if we look at it externally, we can see performers having to practice for hours daily, and then having the pressure to deliver in their performance, in which I'm not a performer, but I know when you do perform, at least there is a little bit of adrenaline rush, and adrenaline is needed. We need stress in our life. It's good. Stress is good, but too much of it can burn you out. And then also, if we look at internally, there are studies that have showed that right brain people, creative people, including musicians, there is a predisposition that we might have a higher risk of suffering from depression, because we are more in touch with our emotion. And the thing about emotion is that we cannot pick what kind of emotion are we more sensitive towards. The ways emotion work is that if we are sensitive toward one emotion, we are sensitive towards every emotion. And on the other hand, if we numb ourselves from one emotion, we cannot choose. We will numb ourselves from all kind of emotions. So to wrap things up quickly, I just want to encourage people here to start opening ourselves up for conversation on mental health, especially among musicians. If you see someone who's struggling, it doesn't have to be something serious, such as I think I'm having hallucination or delusion. It can be as simple as I think I'm having difficulties with my motivation, or I think I'm having difficulty sleeping, or I'm having nightmares, I'm having difficulty with my appetite. So I would encourage you all to be open, to be compassionate towards these people, and to listen to them. Sometimes all it takes is just sit down and listen. You don't even have to give them inputs or suggestions. Sometimes all it takes is just listen. So talking about mental health issues should not be a taboo. And I also want to say, if there are any of you here that are struggling in any way, doesn't have to be something serious. You don't have to wait for something serious to happen. I want to encourage you to seek help. There are professional helps out there, and as a professional myself, I want to also open myself up. If any of you are comfortable with speaking to me or sharing, I'm open for that. If not, then I just want to encourage you to find a professional that can help you comfortably. So that's the end of my sharing. Thank you so much for staying and being open to this topic. Thank you, Pak Joe, again for giving me the opportunity. I want to share a brand new website that the music therapy department at UPH just released for the Mental Health Awareness Month, which is Share the Rhythm. You can visit it at bit.ly/UPHMT Share the Rhythm, or otherwise you can also email me at kezia.putri@uph.edu.